In this video, I'm going to be covering exactly how you can go full-time in your coaching business from scratch. So there's a few things that we have to think about when we're thinking about going full-time in entrepreneurship, especially building a coaching business. You have to be able to have predictable systems that bring you clients predictably, right? You have to know what your income is going to be on a monthly basis. And reality is if you're building a coaching business, if you're building any sort of business, you're not necessarily going to have exact predictable income. It's just part of the game. But what you can have is predictable systems that will allow you to track the revenue and know exactly where it's coming from. So what I'm going to do in this video is just give you a step-by-step process in order to put yourself in a position where you can leave that full-time job and pursue your passion. So the first system I'm going to talk about is organic outreach. And the reason why I'm going to talk about this first is because it's the low-hanging fruit that most people just aren't willing to do that generates the most business right off the bat. And this will allow you to build your business with $0. You can just use Instagram, you can use LinkedIn, you can use Facebook, and at the end of the day, conversations lead to conversions. So if you're able to start conversations with your target clients, then you'll be able to set appointments with those potential clients. And as long as you have the right offer, then you will be able to close those clients. So let's get into like the organic outreach process as a whole, because there's a lot of different levers that you can pull in order to get clients through organic outreach. And just to be clear about what organic outreach is, it's outbound messaging. It's sending messages on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever you want to use in order to set appointments. And there's a few different mediums that you can use to send these messages. You can use text messages, you can use voice messages, you can use video messages. What I recommend right off the bat is first off getting super clear on the audience that you're targeting, right? Because based off of the audience that you're targeting, you'll be able to figure out what the right medium is to approach these individuals. For instance, if you are a life coach or a optimization coach or a transformational coach that works specifically with entrepreneurs, understand the fact that entrepreneurs, they have a very finite amount of time. Therefore, they're not going to want to watch like a 1-minute video or listen to a 1-minute voice message. They just want a text message that they can read through real quick. And if they're interested and if it makes sense, they are going to be having that conversation with you, right? But if you're targeting somebody who has a little bit more time, then you're able to utilize these more personal approaches like voice messages and video messages to have a more personal approach and really get like the feel for who you are as a human being in order to set up that appointment, right? So the process is pretty simple, and what I recommend to use is a process called the 3-2-1 method. This is literally what we used to start our original digital marketing agency 5 years ago and build it to 400K in less than a year. So the 3-2-1 method is finding your ideal client on a platform like Instagram, liking the 3 most recent posts, commenting a valuable comment on 2 of them, and then reacting to a story post and then sending the direct message. So just to be clear, you're not going to be able to do like 25 messages a day doing this, or else you'll get into an account block situation. But what you can do is you can do like 10 to 15 highly targeted, super personalized messages per day that will allow you to put your offer in front of your ideal client consistently. And this is going to land you appointments. As long as you do it in the right way, you come with the right angle, you have an attractive offer, then you are going to be able to set up that appointment. So utilize the 3-2-1 method to set appointments, have conversations that can lead to conversions. Organic outreach is the #1 thing that will allow you to put yourself in a position where you can generate consistent business. And really the only thing that holds most coaches back from getting that predictable system with outreach is the fact that they're just not willing to do it on a day-to-day basis. Most people who start organic outreach, they do it for like a week or 2 and they get results, but then they get burnt out. They don't want to send messages anymore. And that's when, as long as you've closed a few clients, now you can delegate that process to a lead gen specialist. And that's exactly what we do in the automated coaching engine. But That is the most predictable system that you can build with $0 spent, is organic outreach, because you're just using your manpower, your time in order to set up these appointments and actually reach out to have these conversations. Whereas something like advertising, Facebook ads, you're going to need money in order to fund those, and then you have to learn Facebook ads. It becomes this whole process. Whereas organic outreach, it's really as simple as, where does your target audience spend their time on the platform? As soon as you ask yourself that question, you'll have the answer to where you can find them. Once you find them, you can do that 3-2-1 method, and you can push them towards a phone call in order to set up that closing system, however you want to do it, whether it's a 1-call close or a 2-call close. And I've got a lot of videos on my channel that talk a lot about dialing in your offer, dialing in your sales process. So check out those videos to get some more clarity on the sales process, because this video, I'm just talking about creating predictable opportunities. Because in order for you to leave your full-time job, really the number one thing is having predictable opportunities. If you don't have opportunities, you're not going to be confident with leaving your job. The other thing that I want to talk about on number 2 is converting your warm market, because this is something most people don't think about, or they just have resistance towards it because, let's face it, your warm market, they probably don't see you as a coach right now. They see you as a friend, a cousin, a family member, whatever the case may be. But it's likely you have 5 to 10 people within your network already who know you, like you, and trust you that just need to have a conversation about your offer. And most people really struggle with converting their warm market because there's a lot of limiting beliefs around the fact that they don't see you as a coach. So what I recommend is, once you have your offer really dialed in and you know exactly what you're selling, approach that warm market with some sort of voice message, video message, because they know you, they like you, they trust you. So, having that personalized touch will be even more impactful in that process, and be really genuine with how you reach out to them, right? Send them a quick video, quick catch up, but then get into the fact that, I've created this exclusive opportunity to work with a set amount of individuals, and you came to mind because I think you'd be the perfect fit. And at least I'd love to be able to hop on a phone call, just chat with you more about what's going on in your life and see if this is a good fit for you. Right? Depending on your offer, it's going to be a different conversation. But if you raise it up as this exclusive opportunity that you're looking for feedback on, and you came to mind because it's a perfect fit, then they're more likely to hop on that phone call. Once you get on the phone call, the most important piece of converting warm market is radical transparency sales. So most coaches, where they go wrong with the warm market is they try and sell all these bells and whistles. I created this course, I did all this, I did all that. And your warm market, they're not going to value that, right? They want authenticity. They want the real you because they know you, right? So if you come from the angle of, hey, look, I don't have any bells and whistles. I don't have this complex system. But what I do know is I'm going to customize everything specifically for you and make sure that every piece of this program is tailored to exactly what you want and need. That type of angle with your pitch is going to convert, because it shows from authenticity, like, hey, look, I'm not this 7-figure coach with hundreds of clients and all these case studies, but what's true is I care about you. We've had X amount of history, right? We've known each other for years, and I'm committed to making sure that we transform your situation together. And I'm here to support you along the way and customize everything to you. And frankly, I see you as an incredible opportunity to create a case study and actually build the foundation of my coaching business the way I want to, right? And obviously you want to make it about them, right? You want to make it about their transformation. You don't want to just make it about you. But if you come from a place of authenticity and transparency around the fact that you see them as a perfect client, you can help them and you care about them, and at the end of the day, you're willing to customize and do anything possible in order to get them results, they're much more likely to convert because you already have trust with them. So the transparency is going to raise that trust and raise the opportunity for you to actually close them. So the organic outreach approach is really good for cold. And then for the warm market, what I just talked about is super important. Now, that is going to build the foundation of your business, right? So let's say you close 3 people from your warm market on a $3,000 offer. You just got $9,000. You've got a little bit of stability in your coaching business, and now you just have to shift into predictability, right? Most people, if they made $9K in the next 30 days, you can jump out of your full-time job right away. And I honestly recommend it. And a lot of people wouldn't say that because your back needs to be against the wall in business. If you have stability elsewhere, you're just not going to take it as serious as you would if your back was against the wall. So my recommendation is that you create as much cash flow as possible right off the bat with opportunities that are available to you right now and get that cash in the door so that you have a little bit of stability, and now start to get into that organic outreach process. If you don't have a warm market or people that you think are a good fit for your program, make sure that it's not a limiting belief. Make sure that it's actually true. And if you don't have that warm market, then you want to start an organic outreach. If you do have that warm market, convert 3 of those individuals first so you have some cash, you have some stability. Now get into the cold process and be able to create that predictable system. And then further down the line, you can actually delegate that so that you don't have to set your own appointments. So if you're looking to go full-time in your coaching business, then you need to have the predictable systems in order to get there. Organic outreach is the best option for you. There's also building content, which is number 3, right? So I talked about organic outreach, I talked about warm market, and now I'm talking about content. The thing with content is a long game. Content is all about edifying your audience and educating them on who you are, where you come from, what you do, and further down the line, it's going to lead to conversions. But a lot of people, they mess up with the fact that they think content is going to lead to initial conversions, and it's just not true. Content is to edify. Content is to show people who you are, what you're about. But conversations lead to conversions. So if you're not doing organic outreach, then you're not creating those opportunities predictably. If you set yourself up to the point where you're sending 10 to 15 highly targeted, super genuine messages per day, now you can track those numbers and see what's actually working, what's converting, and then you can actually lead those to phone calls, right? Whereas if you're posting content, you're relying on the algorithm of these platforms to get your content in front of the right people, and it's not predictable. If you're looking to go full-time in coaching, you need a predictable system first, and then you need to build consistent content that edifies yourself as an authority in your space. So if you're looking to go full-time in your coaching business, I highly recommend you click the link below in the description where I get into a little bit about what we do in the automated coaching engine, because we've had hundreds of coaches who have left their full-time job and gone full-time with their coaching business off of the systems that we create and how we create predictable revenue for coaching businesses. So I hope that this was super valuable for you. Just to repeat one more time, organic outreach is going to be the number 1 way that you will get business to start off your coaching business. Number 2, convert your warm market. That's like the low-hanging fruit that's already out there. They should already be converted. Just make the steps that I said in order to make that happen. Number 3 becomes content, right? So edifying the audience, positioning yourself as an authority in the industry, right? So hope this video was valuable for you. Go ahead and like this video, comment your thoughts below. If you have any questions, drop them below. I'd be happy to either create a video out of your questions or just give you a good reply to make sure you have everything that you need. So if you're looking to go full-time in your coaching business, follow these steps and hit me up on Instagram at Mike J. Anderson and let me know if you got results from this video. Like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. See you on the next one.